everyone, this is Lori here with Lori Hooks. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me today. So today is the reveal for the summer edition of the Hooked on Wreaths collaboration that I am doing with Rebecca over at Yarn and Pajamas. And if you are not checking out Rebecca, please do so. I will link her channel in the description box below. She's a lot of fun. She makes a lot of fun, cute things. And if you're not following her, please do so. So for our Hooked on Wreaths collaboration for the year 2023, we are making wreaths for the season. So earlier this year, we did our spring wreaths. And today is the first day of summer. Yay! So we are revealing our summer wreaths today. So when I think of summer, I think of the sun. I think of getting to go camping. I think of warm weather, the kids being out of school and doing all the summer activities that they do. Flowers, plants, green trees, the pretty foliage, all those type of things. That's what I think of when I think of summer. Now for my spring wreath, I did it based on flowers. So for this one, I decided not to do flowers. I decided to do something a little bit different. So I had done some digging around the internet and I could not find anything that was really speaking to me that I really wanted to do. So I came up with some ideas from my own to do a summer wreath. And here it is. So I'm holding a white piece of paper behind it so it's easier for you guys to see, because otherwise the color behind just kind of washes out with what is on here. So for my wreath, this is a 14-inch foam wreath that I purchased at Michael's. It was originally green, and for the pink covering on here, I used Loops and Threads Impeccable and just did, you know, a chain long enough to go around and single crocheted back and forth till I had a strip long enough to go all the way around my wreath. And then when I was done, I sewed it on here. So that is the pink part, and I believe the color I used for it is Lippy. Now for the sun, unfortunately, I have trouble remembering because this was the first part that I did, and I did it a couple weeks ago, but I believe this was the middle part. The light yellow is DK Weight Sheepy's Color Crafter, and the outside I think is a worsted weight in a slightly darker yellow. For some reason I think that one was Impeccable as well, and I don't remember which size hook I used on that. Unfortunately, I forgot to make notes on this as I was going along. But I will link all the patterns in the description box below because I did keep all my pattern notes. So for the RV, our RV does not look like this. We have a slightly more modern RV than this one. Not much more modern, and it's slightly bigger, but not much bigger than this. But I thought this cute vintage trailer was much cuter to put on my wreath. So I found a couple different ones that I liked. One of them was by 5 Monsters and the other one was by Repeat Crafter Me, and I kind of used the two of them to put this together. One is, I used kind of the coloring from one, and then I used the pattern from the other to put this together. And the yarn that I used for this is DK Weight yarn, and again I don't remember which size hook that I used. And I made 2 of these blue and white panels, and then I sewed them, well, I crocheted them together with the gray that's around the outside. And before I stitched them together, I slip stitched the door and the window onto it. So that is the RV portion. And then also for the campfire and for the Christmas tree, these are on the same, you'll find these under one link. So they were on the same website, and the website had like a tent, the tree, as well as the campfire. Now for the campfire, I used Sheepy's Color Crafter. I was trying to, Sheepy's Katona. I was trying to get this as small as I could so that it was proportional with everything. So that was the smallest that I had in the colors that I needed. So that is Sheepy's Katona, and I used a 2.2 millimeter hook. Now the tree, I was trying to do everything from stash except for this pink that I purchased for doing around the outside. So for the tree, I couldn't find a lighter color green. So it's coming through really dark in the camera. This is actually like kind of like a, I think it would probably be called forest green or something like this. Maybe hunter green. And I believe this is Red Heart Super Saver, but I did not have a band on it, but it felt like Red Heart Super Saver when I was crocheting it up. And then I've got a brown, sorry, my piece of paper fell down. And then I used a brown for its trunk at the bottom. Now these were on the same site. I just, for the tree, I used worsted weight yarn, and for this, the Katona is like a 1 or a 2 weight yarn. So this I used, for the tree I used, I think a 3.5 millimeter hook, and I probably could have gone up a hook size and made it a little bit bigger, but it is what it is. And to be honest, that was my 3rd time making the tree because the first 2 that I did were way too small. So that was my next up one that I made in terms of size. So then once I had all my pieces, I just hot glued it onto my wreath. So I'm very happy with how it came out, and to be honest, it looks much nicer hung on my wall than it does holding it here. And I'm going to try to insert a screenshot here of what my wreath looks like up on the wall. So I have not seen Rebecca's summer wreath yet. I'm really excited to run on over there and check out her wreath, and I hope that you guys will as well. What else did I want to say? And also, please check out our fall wreaths and our winter wreaths that will come out later on this year. Looking forward to them, and I have some ideas for one and less ideas for the other one, so we'll see what we come up with for those. And yeah, so I think that is all I have to say on this. So as I said, I'm going to be going and checking out Rebecca's wreath. I hope that you do too. And thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and thank you for hanging out with me today. And I'll see you next time on Lori Hooks. Bye everyone.